Hey guys, welcome back to World of Tanks. My name is Bruce and today I want to make a special video. It's not gonna be about gameplay. Well then, what is it? Let's find out. In this video I want to talk about my channel, and don't you worry, I am still very much into creating World of Tanks videos. However, sometimes I think that some videos of my channel are really underrated. So please let me offer you one video in which I showcase my channel and recall most of my videos, structured by certain topics. In fact, I made lots of videos about all the different aspects of the game, and today I want to recall them because you might not have them on your list, at least not all of them. And without further ado, let's jump right in. So, as I said, this video today will not be about gameplay, but I want to show you some decent games, and just feel free to enjoy the show in the background while I talk about all the videos that I made on my channel and my guide or my tour basically through all those videos. So let's begin with, I would say, the chapter for new players. I made lots of videos for new players to have a jump start in World of Tanks, because I think it is important that new players are not overwhelmed by the depth of this game. And with my channel, one of my goals always has been to help new players to get better quickly, so that they do not lose the fun of playing World of Tanks, simply because this game is so complicated and it can be overwhelming at the beginning. Alright, so to begin with, I made a beginner's guide, which is a little bit outdated because it is very old and some things have changed, but nevertheless, this guide is very helpful still up till today for new players. I also made a video about Q&A, so 20 questions for beginners. And then I made a lot of videos about economy, which is important for new players because new players most of the time lack credits. So this is the World of Tanks economy guide, which is relatively new and in my opinion super helpful if you want to save credits and if you want to get rid of the problem to have to not have enough credits on your account. I also made a video about how to make credits in random games, and I also made a couple of live videos on how to make credits. And if you have watched all those videos, then I think you are in good shape in order to save credits and in order to make credits with every game in World of Tanks. Alright, then I made lots of helpful videos to basically make everybody a better player, and that's been the next goal of my channel. I did not want to be yet another World of Tanks YouTube channel, but I wanted to bring value to the community and I wanted my audience to benefit from my videos. And so here are some videos which are in my opinion extremely helpful. So first of all, I made a video about minimap awareness. It's called "What does minimap awareness mean?" And if you've watched this video, then you know all the information that you can and you should use, that you can get from the minimap in order to, you know, enhance your gameplay and become a better player. I also made a very important video about trading positively. In my opinion, this video is maybe the most underrated video of my channel. In this video, I explain all the tips and tricks that good players use in order to not lose HP. And that's what the game is all about, right? If you are the last tank with HP on the battlefield, that means that you have won the game, right? So feel free to check this video out. It's extremely helpful and it covers not only heavy tanks but also light tanks and or lightly armored tanks, I should say. So tanks in which you have to conduct smart gameplay because you cannot rely on your armor. But of course, heavy tanks and tank destroyers are also incorporated in this video. I also made a video about a very important topic, and that is increased damage with analyzing 3 phases. This video is golden if you want to understand the dynamic of the battle, because there are different phases, and if you understand this I would say this principle, then you are in good shape in order to, or you are in good shape for being more successful in every battle. I also made a video about when not to push, which is this video right here, which is very important once again to understand the dynamic of the battle, and yeah, it will really help you out. Furthermore, I made a video about when to retreat, because sometimes not pushing is not enough, but you should retreat in order to save your HP, and then maybe even to regain control over the engagement, and to help your team to win the game, even if the start has not been as successful as it had as it was supposed to be. So and then I also made a video about how to adapt to a non-existing team. It goes into the same direction, so a video about what to do if your team does not play as it is expected, because this happens quite often in World of Tanks. I also made a hull down guide. This video is also relatively old, however it's still up to date, and it still covers all the necessary information that you need to know if you want to play hull down, because there are quite some things that you need to consider, talking about gun depression, and then also the respective armor level of your tank. I made a video about how to carry a game, so one of those videos that is which is very important if you want to, you know, leave the spot of simply playing with your team, but taking over responsibility and trying to win the game by yourself. Alongside with this video, another one might be very useful for you, and that is how to win a 1v many situation. Sometimes you find pro players who are simply unbeatable, and you know, it's not magic, they simply apply tips and tricks, and I cover those tips and tricks in this video, so check it out in order to become a pro player in World of Tanks. Now, besides all this, I made a lot of tutorials for different tank classes. So let's begin with the tank destroyer tank class. My first video on this topic was the video about the Challenger, the tier 7 British TD, and it's called 10 golden tips on how to play TDs. Furthermore, I made a tank destroyer guide, how to play different types of TDs. Also very useful if you want to increase or improve, I should say, if you want to improve your TD gameplay. Then I made a video about heavily armored TDs, so another, I would say, sub-branch to tank destroyers. It's called Tutorial for Heavily Armored TDs. I also made a video about how to conduct second line gameplay with the Convey, so the tier 9 British tank destroyer. And this video is very useful if you are playing lightly armored tank destroyers, and yeah, so feel free to check it out, it will really help you out. I also made a video about how to play regular TDs more successfully, so feel free to check this video out if you're, for example, playing the German tank destroyer line, which leads to the Jagdpanzer E100, because there are lots of TDs which are not the most competitive one, but in this video I explain how you can make those tanks work. I also feature a video about how to master the worst TDs, and it's this video is actually about the German tank destroyers. I think it's about the Jagdtiger, the tier 9 German tank destroyer, which is a bit outdated if you ask me. But with this video, I really help you out to even make those less competitive TDs work. And then I also made a video about how to play glass cannon TDs. In this video, I feature tanks like the Gorilla or the Scorpion or the Scorpion G. And so this video is extremely helpful if you want to play those kind of TDs which have no armor, but which are mobile and have a very decent gun. And I think with all those videos about the tank destroyers, you are set up for success and you will be able to play every single tank destroyer more successfully in World of Tanks. So feel free to check out those videos. Of course, tank destroyers is not the only tank class I made videos about. I also made videos about autoloader, and the video to begin with here is the video which is called Basic Autoloader Tutorial. In this video, I tell you everything you need to know in order to play your autoloader tanks more successfully. I also made a video about autoloader, or basically an autoloader tutorial, which is a kind of advanced tutorial, and it's called Advanced Autoloader Tutorial. So feel free to check this video out as well, because it will be kind of the predecessor of the first video I talked about. But I also made a video about heavy tanks, so it's called Heavy Tank Tutorial, and also about super heavy tanks, so this is called Super Heavy Tank Tutorial. Feel free to check out those videos, because those two videos incorporate very useful tips if you want to maximize your heavy tank gameplay. I also made a video about arty. The video is called Arty Tutorial, and then a follow-on video about 5 basic tips for artillery. So those videos are also very helpful if you are playing the artillery class. Yeah, to summarize this game right here, it's been super successful in the KPZ 50T, but unfortunately I mess up the end of the game. I got 4.2k damage, about 7k combined, but in the end, unfortunately, I mess up this game. I could have won it, but yeah, that's just how it goes sometimes. So coming back to my channel, I made lots of videos about light tanks. And the first video that you should watch is the video which is called Why You Should Play Light Tanks. In this video, I tell you my opinion about all the tank classes and why I recommend to play light tanks if you are a beginner. And this is kind of controversial because most of the CCs out there think that if you start playing World of Tanks, you should play heavy tanks and then maybe tank destroyers, but I see this differently. And in my opinion, playing medium tanks, but especially light tanks, is beneficial because you learn the game faster than compared to playing heavy tanks, and this will make you not only a better World of Tanks player, but also a better heavy tank player and also a better tank destroyer player. So feel free to watch out this video. It is controversial, but I think it explains my point of view. If you then want to continue with light tank tutorials, my first video on this topic is the video about the T71C MCD, the tier 7, I believe, tier 7 American light tank. And the video is called 10 golden rules or 10 golden tips for light tanks. This is kind of the introductory video about playing light tanks, and as the video is called, it offers 10 golden tips for you. I then made an advanced light tutorial, which you can check out, which is kind of the predecessor or the follow-on video. I also made a video, a light tank tutorial, in which I explained how or what you can achieve if you follow those 16 tips out of those first 2 videos. And yeah, so that's what the video is called. It's called Light Tank Tutorial, What If We Follow 16 Tips. I then made a light tank advanced tutorial, advanced when time has come. And this video kind of features the how you can distinguish the right spot when you should advance, because after all, light tanks do not have armor whatsoever, and so you have to play smart and you have to incorporate all the necessary information to determine whether time has come and whether you can push or not. And this brings me back to the introductional video, the video about why you should play light tanks. If you have an understanding of all those, let's say, factors, then you will be a better player in World of Tanks. I also made a video which is called Light Tank Tutorial, 3 basic steps, in which I once again elaborate on the basic things for playing light tanks. And I also made a video which is called Next Level Light Tank Gameplay, in which I give follow-on tips and tricks for light tank gameplay. So all in all, if you watch all those videos, you will become a decent light tank player. There's no way around it. And as I said, if you are a decent light tank player, then you are overall a decent World of Tanks player, because you've incorporated everything you can into your matchmaking or into your gameplay, which is necessary for you to be successful. And by the way, I also made tutorials for, let's say, special light tanks. So I made a tutorial about wheeled light tanks, but not about the tier 10 EBR 105, but about the tier 8 British, not British, but French light tank. Because this tank is very difficult to play, and in this video I explain everything you need to know in order to make even this toughest light tank, not British, but French wheeled light tank work. So check out this video. It will greatly enhance your playstyle if you start playing those wheeled light tanks. I also made a video which is called Derp Gun Tutorial, and this video is super helpful if you want to play, for example, a tank like the T49 or tanks like the German VK 2801-105, tanks with the derp gun. Maybe also the Sherman tanks or the Panzer IV, so tanks with derp guns. And I tell you everything you need to know in this video. And finally, I also made a video about autocannon tanks, the new Czechoslovakian light tanks, which feature an autocannon, because they are extremely difficult to play. But in this video, I tell you everything you need to know in order to play those tanks successfully. So as you see, I'm a friend of light tanks, and I made basically a video about every single aspect concerning light tanks. So once again, if you've watched all those videos, then you will be in good shape in order to perform well in every light tank that you have in your garage. And finally, you will also find one video in my playlist which is about guides. And so this video is called How to Play Different Light Tanks, in which I feature different light tanks with let's say different spotting abilities, so different camo values, for example, different firepower, and this kind of gives you an overview of the different characteristics of different light tanks and how you should adapt your gameplay if you play different light tanks. I then also made lots of videos about increasing your win rate, increasing damage, and so on and so forth, with being flexible, let's say. And one video I want to highlight is the video is called How to Increase Win Rate with Unconventional Gameplay. This video stands for so many other videos I made, but it kind of tells you to be more flexible, and it gives you examples on how to actually be flexible in order to boost the result of your game. One important aspect in World of Tanks, of course, is map knowledge, and this is why I made a whole series of map tutorials, which you can find in my map tutorial playlist. So in there I feature lots of maps and short videos, about 5 minutes or so, one game only, in which I explain how to play the respective map with a respective tank. So be it a light tank, be it a heavy tank or a medium tank or whatsoever. Of course it's only an offer, and of course you can play maps differently, and this also depends on different factors like the team composition, like the behavior of the adversary team, and so on and so forth. But in those videos I give you a general opinion on how the map should be played and how I feel the map can be played most successfully. And then, of course, furthermore, I made lots of videos about different tanks, about almost all the tanks that I have played so far in World of Tanks. And so if you start a new tech tree line, let's say, for example, the tech tree line which leads to the Centurion Action X, you will find a video about every single tank, let's say starting from tier 5 onwards up to the tier 10 tanks. So the Cavalier, the Cromwell, the Comet, the Centurion 7-1, the Centurion 7-1, not the Centurion 7, the Centurion, sorry, 1 on tier 8, and then the Centurion 7-1 on tier 9, and then also a video about the Centurion Action X. So this is only an example for all the videos that I made about different tanks. Bottom line, if you start playing a tank, check out whether I have a video for you, and those videos are also very, very helpful. Besides all those videos, I also made lots of videos about the best tech trees in World of Tanks, the best premium tanks, and also the best tech tree tanks. I also made videos about the best tier 6 tanks, so feel free to check out those videos as well. In the near future, I'm planning on making an updated video about this topic, so I want to present the best tech trees and also the best, maybe the best premium tanks in 2025, but those videos will be released in the future, so stay tuned to this channel. And yeah, to summarize, all in all, I think, and I do not want to complain, because I think the YouTube algorithm is what it is. Plus I know that not everybody of you is interested in all the different topics. Sometimes you simply cherry pick one or another video, which is completely fine. However, I simply want to encourage you to browse my channel and to look for videos that you haven't already seen, because I think there are quite some videos which are underrated, and in my opinion, mostly because the YouTube algorithm you know, doesn't present you all my videos instantaneously, especially if they are a couple of months old or if they are even older than that. But as I said, most of the videos, actually almost every video, is still valid, even if it is like five months old or maybe 1 year old or so. So yeah, once again, feel free to browse my channel, and I hope that you will find one or another video which is helpful for you and which you could find due to this video. If so, I would appreciate a commentary down in the video description or down in the comment section. So please, if you find, or if you found a video that was helpful for you, that you could find simply by or because you watched this video, then please feel free to leave a comment so that I have some awareness of which videos are maybe not you know, that highlighted in World of Tanks, and which I can then maybe recommend in the future, you know, simply by advertising them in one or another video. Alright, so 2 games so far, one in the KPZ 50T, another one in the SCB-1, a fantastic tank on tier 10, and a tank which I really adore playing in Onslaught due to its phenomenal DPM and also its hull down capabilities. In this game, I play the tier 9 Polish medium tank, the CS59. And this tank has, you know, I would say 2 drawbacks, one of which is the mediocre mobility for a tier 9 tank, especially if you compare to very mobile tanks like the AMX 30. And it also has lackluster armor, which is also a drawback. But besides that, the tank is actually pretty nice because of the DPM and the solid gun. And so, yeah, in this game we already made 2k damage. We're playing on Ensk with 1 map control. However, on Ensk, on a city map, this does not necessarily mean that you win the game. And so, I want to continuously advance and use all the, you know, the bushes and the railroad to my advantage. Unfortunately, we bounced this shot onto the AE phase 1. And now let's see whether we can get a shot here. Now the game is developing to become a victory, which is great. And I have to watch out for every direction so that I do not get flanked by those tanks. Unfortunately, we bounced the shot onto the rear of the Leopard PTA, which is super unfortunate. But maybe we can get another shot. Here you go. That's what I want to see. Nice. And I even get assisting damage. And now I get attacked by the AE phase 1. Let's now kill, okay. Let's now kill this tank. That's what I wanted to say. But unfortunately, the AE phase 1 is making hardcore pressure. And nice, we can get a shot onto this tank. Now I need to evade and basically hide behind the building. Can I get a shot onto the Leopard? Nice. Yep, I can get the kill shot. No, not unfortunately, but fortunately he bounces his shot. And so now I want to get rid and evade out of the situation. Fortunately, this shot does not hit me, so I maintain all my HP. And let's kill the Lorraine 40T. Nice. And so, yeah, so far 3.5k damage, 2.1k assisting damage, so decent game. But the game is still relatively close. And so we need to watch out and see what we can do next. So Stritzwan K is in the northern portion. Vipera is making pressure, which is good. Hopefully he can spot. So as he didn't spot any tank while crossing, this means that there's no other tank. And so let me go forward. So maybe I can take out the Char Future 4. Here you go. Nice. That's what I wanted to see. And so looks like we can win this game. 4k damage on the clock, which is excellent. But I need to play very cautiously in order to win this game. So I'm spotted. Okay. Stritzwan K is taken out. And so now I think I need the help of the Vipera. Can I get a shot onto this tank if he crosses? No. He's moving to the other side and he's falling back. Okay, perfect. And now we have 3 tanks, so I need to hurry up actually to get a bit more damage. So let's drive around the wreck of the tier 7 Italian TD. And now I want to wait until this tank has shot, because I do not want to eat the shot. Okay, perfect. So let's now take a shot, and now he's taken out. Excellent. So 4.3k damage. Nice. And the game is won. We now only need to fight against the AE phase 1, and we'll do that alongside with our teammate, because we want to maintain the advantage of having multiple guns fighting against one single tank. So I must not be the one who is proceeding out. This needs to be done by the Yuda 16, so I ping him in order to get going, but he doesn't, so I need to go and peek out of cover. That's just how it is. If he is not doing this, then I need to take over the responsibility and do everything I can in order to spot the tank and fight against this tank. Maybe it is a good idea to go into the cap circle. Here you go, there's the tank. So can I get a shot in between? No, I cannot. You know what, let's try to close the range. He has just shot. Nice, one shot onto the AE phase 1. Here you go. And now let's reverse and let's now take him out if this is possible. Okay, we can only track him, which is good. And now maybe the UDES 16 can kill this tank, or maybe I can, and I can get the kill shot. Excellent. All right. So a decent game with this tank, more than 7k combined, decent result. And once again, hopefully this video is helpful for you. Alright guys, that was it for today with the video about showcasing my channel. Did you find this video helpful? Did you already know about every video on this channel? Or has there been a surprise and will you search for one or another video after having seen this video? Just leave a comment in the comment section down below. And as always, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. This really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. If you find this video extremely helpful, then feel free to support me via Super Thanks. This way you can make a one-time donation. You just have to click this button underneath the video. If you adore this channel and you want to consistently support me, then consider subscribing to my channel or become a member, once again with the click of a button underneath the video. Thanks a lot, and I see you next time in another World of Tanks video.